Smartphone addiction is affecting more and more people all over the world, and the most insidious thing about it is that many people don't realize how dangerous it is. It's crucial that we limit the amount of time that we spend on our phones because this addiction can have a negative effect on our memory, sleep, and mental health. On our phones and cultivating healthy habits, we can improve our mental and physical health. Almost everyone uses smartphones these days. This may not seem like a problem, but when you consider that we are on our phones for an average time of 4 hours and 15 minutes each day, it becomes clear that there is a growing problem with our dependence on technology. It's easy to get drawn into your phone by mindless scrolling, and there are ways you can recognize this behavior and find other ways to fill in the time that would otherwise be spent in front of the screen. Our addiction derives from the dopamine release given by the act of using our phones. If you're like most people, you have a phone. And if the average American spends 4 hours on their phone per day, this means that they spend nearly half of their waking hours staring at a screen. For example, it might seem like an odd habit, but the truth is that our phones are having an impact on our lives. They're distracting us from work and relationships, and they're making us less present at the moment. We are so used to digital devices that they have become our everyday companions. This can be explained by the fact that these gadgets release dopamine, which stimulates our brain and makes us feel happy. It is easy to tap into this feeling too, as digital devices are in such close proximity to us all the time. When we receive dopamine, the brain encourages us to continue the action. So, even though checking your phone is satisfying for a short amount of time, it actually does more harm in the long run. While dopamine can't replace other social activities, like quality time with your family, going outside in nature, or working out, it will occupy your free time. It will leave you feeling empty whenever you're not around it. Smartphones are not only a distraction, but a negative influencer on our short-term memory. As we spend more and more time on our phones, it may become apparent that they were never just tools for communication or entertainment. They started to distract us from whatever is happening in the physical world, disconnected us from others, and became addicting. They are also designed to keep us coming back for more. For this reason, we get easily distracted when phones are nearby, and to no one's surprise, they're always around us. On top of it, there's also another fact that adds to our addiction, which is the fact that since the beginning of time, humans have needed to stay alert for any possible dangers in order to survive. This is why our brains are wired to look for distractions. If a person is not alert to the world around them, they won't know where possible predators may be or if there are any upcoming hazards. Distraction is also easy for many people to choose over focus. It's generally better to focus on one thing at a time and spend less energy when possible. If you avoid trying to think about too many things, it will save your brain power, allowing you to focus on the task at hand. When we want to be productive, our brain will usually search for some type of distraction. One way that it can distract us is by using notifications on our phone. Another major disadvantage with smartphones is they affect our short-term memory and attention span. Whenever they're within eyesight, we get distracted and end up forgetting what we were about to do. Treating your smartphone addiction starts with inner motivation. The first step to breaking up with your phone is awareness of what you're doing when on your phone. Do you find yourself sending emails or texts, scrolling through social media, or just wasting time? Make a plan to find more balance. Once you figure out what triggers your phone usage, you can decide how often these things happen and if it's worth it. It's not uncommon to find yourself checking social media without an obvious reason. Try evaluating if these apps are really worth having on your phone. Another way to ensure that you're giving your phone back doesn't rely on willpower is by setting concrete limits on how much you will check it each day. For example, I will only check my email at 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Or maybe, I will only check social media once per day. If this feels too constricting for your lifestyle or work environment, try a different approach. For example, I will put my phone down each evening at 9 p.m. Saving your phone for the evenings will not only improve your sleep but also have an impact on the quality of your circadian rhythm. This is because phones are known to be time-consuming before bed. However, Keep in mind that if you want to improve your relationship with your phone, it should come from a genuine desire to change how you use it. Not because of this book or summary. Acknowledge the problem and work on fixing it long term by spending less time using your phone.